the most important thing, number one reason why I am doing this is for gender-based violence victims that can become survivors, to tell them you're not alone, you will go through pain, because you know what, one thing now, life is full of trauma and pain. It's a way we're going to handle it. Many of my days, I was in so much pain because my tongue was lifting, not my tongue, my nail was lifting. That was painful. My left ankle was sore. So yes, I've experienced pain, but every time I thought, okay, am I going to give up or am I going to go on? And I decided to finish. And my main reason was because these survivors are looking up to me and they are really making, weet in Afrikaans is dat hulle maak staat op my, you know, that they are relying on me. So I didn't want it to disappoint them, because I think many of them have been disappointed through life so many times. So I wanted to be that one person that I can really rely on. And one thing I've realized during my 16 days, people are giving up way too easy. People are overthinking things way too much. I mean, I've had a few people tell me, Leilani, I wanted to walk with you, but, you know, you walk too fast. I don't think I can do it. You know, the one thing with society today, they overthink too much. Rather go and do something, then decide how you feel about it afterwards. That is why people don't do things anymore, because they overthink it so much that they're literally talking themselves out of it. You know, and I really want to encourage people to put just one foot in front of the other one. You will be surprised as to much you can actually do and handle. Please just try it. It's so worth it. You feel fantastic. You get rid of the pain. I've had ladies who walk with me who cried because they had so much pain. But it's like you relive that trauma again and again, but it's a different kind of trauma. It's like you've moved on. Yeah. It's really, I'm so in love with my walks now. Yeah. And trust me, I'm in a lot of pain sometimes. And I'm also tired of waking up early and I miss home. And there's also a lot of sacrifices I make. But I'm doing this all out of my heart for all these survivors out there, or victims who I would like to become. I would like them to become survivors.
During your walk, in fact, you spoke about how it was going. You sent me a picture of a swollen foot. You sent me a picture of you on the side of the road. I must say those toes did look a bit dodgy, but I'm not judging.
They're not sexy, okay?
Overall, what has been you mentioned now that you walked with some ladies. What has been the reception out there? I mean, second year walking, so to speak. Are you gaining momentum with the people in particular you're trying to reach out to?
Yeah, definitely. I really want to say thank you to each and every one. So many people have walked with me this year. There were lovely people in KZN. They created their own little group. They walked for 16 days. They printed T-shirts. You know, so there were people overseas who walked. My best friend walked in Abu Dhabi. She printed out her race number, because this year we created a virtual challenge number, a Yellow for Survivors number, and people printed it out and they walked. You know, so there's definitely, if I look back at last year, there's definitely more and more people who are coming on board who are really supporting this. I think the most important thing is I think people see that I'm very serious about it. It wasn't just a once-off, you know, a big challenge. I'm here the second year, and I'm going to be the third year, the fourth year, and I'm going to do this for a long time, as long as I'm healthy and able to do it. But every year for 16 days, this is my commitment to people in South Africa who's been through this terrible trauma.
What is the biggest takeaway for you? And I know the last time we had an interview with you, you spoke about, one, first and foremost, why you're doing it. Secondly, that South African men need to change. We need to come on board and join hands with you, not lead you, but join hands and ask you what need we do to make it easier for you, women and children of South Africa. A passing message to Thabiso Sithole out there thinking, you know, I was a kid back then, I was a child, maybe it wasn't rape, maybe I just touched her, but she should get over it. We were young. A passing message from you.
You know, it's a very good question. And I think that's really a personal journey, because if you've been a man that's been doing something like this, and I like your example because I think that happens a lot, when somebody said, yeah, but it happened so long ago, sorry about it, I was a boy. In fact, I don't even say sorry, I was a young boy, I didn't know what I was doing. You know, us humans are so fragile sometimes, and we are born with guilt, okay? Not born with guilt, but it's one of the things that we've got, okay? And I think most of these people, if they're normal human beings with a good heart in them, and maybe a father today, then they live with a little bit of guilt. And don't walk with that guilt. You know, there are two people who are having guilt. It's the rapist or the perpetrator, and then the woman or the girl who think that it's her fault. You know, so people are walking with all this guilt, and it's unnecessary because it makes us sick from inside. So yeah, if you are listening and you did do something like that years ago, try to go and say sorry to that person if that person is still in your circles, or just speak to somebody about it. Or actually, if you don't even want to do that now, really try to educate the children around you, your own children, your family's children, because I think it starts with education in your own house. You know, if you as a father or an uncle or a nephew or a cousin or whoever you are, but if you're a male figure in somebody's life, try to start with that person. Because, you know, if we just start with the people in front of us, we can really make a huge difference. That's a very small step, but that can make such a huge, huge difference. And one thing I did take from my walk now is that people really have a lot of hope, especially for South Africa. You know, as South Africans, we're strong people. We are lions, all of us. It's not in our spirit to just give up. Excuse me. It's not in our spirit to give up, you know. So I really want to salute every South African out there who's trying to make a difference. Let us work together and let's never ever stop trying to make a difference. I hope I'm answering your question.
No, Leilani, no. All I can do is sit back and take it in. Much appreciated. Thank you very much indeed for your time. I was going to promise to join you next year, but I've got a knee problem, and they say it's not going to come right anytime in the next 10 years. So I'll just stick to this side of the camera doing the interviews.
No, but you can come and massage my feet, man.
We'll try. Leilani, thank you very much indeed for joining us, and keep up the fight. I'm certainly proud of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Cheers.
Bye-bye.